Alright, back in Imagine, I got to level 83, and this is the moment I've been waiting for. So I'm gonna fuse Titan, which has Dyne and Hurricane Canyon, as well as Narasimha, which has Agadine and Corona Cannon. So fusing the two together, we get the highest level double fusion demon we can get, aka Arahabaki. Unfortunately, no success, and the odds of getting there were in the single digits, so what I decided to do was speed up the process. So, for instance, Narasimha is pretty low as far as the friendship scale is concerned, so what I'm trying to do is speed it up by using a couple spirits, and a link melon that were in my inventory, so I need to do the same thing for Titan, but I don't think I have enough time. Okay, so let's do this. This is exactly what I did for my last video, how I got Fenrir to Linked by Fate and higher, or Linked by Fate because that's the highest you can get. So, knowing that I might need some crystals in the future, I'm going to hold on to these for now. There isn't a whole lot that I have, and that cost me quite a bit. Alright. Now, with Linked by Fate and higher for both the demons I'm fusing, I get a 10% friendship level success boost. But that can only get me so far, because obviously it's still pretty low as far as fusion scale is concerned. But after a bit of trying and a bit of frustration, I ended up with what I wanted, Arahabaki. The reason I have him is because, obviously he looks cool, but also he's a more magic-based demon. Unfortunately, he suffers from the whole Arahabaki curse, and that is, Arahabaki, in mostly every Shin Megami Tensei game, is always unimaginably rounded. And that being that they're just incredibly weak in some areas and strong in others. I think in this case, okay. So I got my Hurricane Cannon, good. I don't think I really need counter. He voids most critical attacks most of the time. So I'm gonna put in Corona Cannon. And I was gonna go with the single target Dyne spells. So I'll get rid of Tetracar and put in Xandine. And I'll get rid of counter and put in Agadine. So this covers 4 bases for him. He nulls most physical attacks, and I think Expel and Death, and he's pretty resistant against ice, but other than that, everything else is horrible or detrimental to him. Now, because of a weird glitch that seems to be similar to what happened to me for my mage character after the massive update in October, I have unimaginably powerful attack. So, hit him. Apparently he voided it because maybe electric discharge counts as a physical attack in this case. Normally electric won't work so well. Okay, so this is what Corona Cannon looks like. Basically, there's no real way of dodging that, because it's basically like a homing missile. It'll seek you until you're dead. Okay. It's actually doing pretty good. He hasn't gotten hit that well. Okay. Ultimate test. Now, these are pretty much the same fights you've seen before when I did the Stevens runs, but I'm sorry because I am kind of a creature of habit like a lot of other people. And since I know this area pretty well, I know their strengths and weaknesses, that's why it's easy for me. Oh, he actually got beaten. Not by much, but still, got beaten. Okay, now moving on to my mage, I'm doing Steven's runs for him, but instead of the ones I've been doing before, I moved on to something different. And at this point, my Mirror Inugami is actually learning skills really nicely. And he's got, he learned Medaya and Tetrakarn. I'm just showing you the expertises that I learned, tempted, but I don't have a mirror or no way to bead for that thing. I think I probably just saved those for special occasions. Okay. Fortunately that I froze them in place, this will make things easier. Unfortunately the blue floating things, the Quran zones, aren't exactly as friendly. Okay, and you go down as well. Okay, trolls, they're weak to ailments, or certain ailments. But this guy's after me. And, unlike ice, unfortunately my spells are not exactly as fantastic, so I need to actually accelerate them. So I get 2 consecutive fire attacks. Miru Nagami leveled up, and he has also learned Fog Breath, which is not at all a bad skill. It's actually pretty useful for, I think it muddles the enemy. Okay, let's see if I can get rid of this Sanma Stone. And dead. This is like, I've tried this before, and the rewards are pretty much, it's not Altered Magnetite, which I keep getting, but Jade is pretty good, and I might sell that in the open market. Okay, moving on to a demon quest. Because I've succeeded in several different successes in a row for Oberon, I'm going to learn a new special code, which is called King of Mischief. So that's why I'm trying to seek out some blue plasmas, and this is the Fog Breath skill. Alright. And, oh, before I leave, or I end this video, I gotta show you this. I fused my sword with Loki Crystal, one of my katanas, and so now I learned a skill called Bloody Attack, which I call Vampire Attack, for good reason, because as you can see, the health that I'm taking away from an enemy is coming back to me, which is pretty cool, but it costs Magnetite and MP, so that's risky.